Josh Allen, 23-41, 310 yards, 1 TD, 3 interceptions. Book it. The dude is overrated. Now, I wasn't that close, but I was close enough because let's compare Kenny Pickett to Josh Allen, who is overrated. Everyone talks about Kenny Pickett, how he can't do this, he needs to get better, yada, yada, yada. He's a bust. He can't, he's got small hands, can't throw deep, and he's inaccurate, all those kind of things. But he's winning games. He's winning games. And yet the NFL gives high praise to Allen, Burrow, Jackson, and Sam Howell. Those other blokes I'm going to roast in a minute too. Crazy. Who would you pick? 15 for 26, 177, 1 TD, 2 interceptions for A. Type in the comments if you want to pick A. Or who would you pick out of these two? 14, 23, 126, 0 TDs, 0 interceptions, 1 sack. Which is the better player? Out of those two, who's the better player? I know who I'm choosing. I'm choosing the guy who didn't throw any interceptions and didn't cost him the game. That's Kenny Pickett. You choose B. The other one is choosing A. That is Josh Allen, right? I watched the game today, and like I said in my tweet before, I guessed his stats, and I was pretty close. Pretty close. 23-41, 310. He got half the yards, 1 TD. I called that, and 3 interceptions, which is now 2. So I was close. I was very close. 15 more passes, a few completions, 1 interception. Josh Allen will have the same stats that I called. Why does the NFL and why does fan bases, especially the Steelers fan base, not give credit to Kenny Pickett when he's winning games, and they don't take on or they don't call out other guys like Allen, like Burrow, and these guys who are the high-paid, multi-million-dollar contract quarterbacks in the NFL? Doesn't make any sense to me. What Kenny Pickett did yesterday was a good example of being a good quarterback. Nothing too crazy, nothing too special, just finding the passes where they are. If DJ catches it or if there's no flag on that penalty to Austin, then Pickens is going down the field. And the game also relied on the run game, which was 200 yards rushing. I would rather watch that game with the Steelers running the ball 40 times than seeing my quarterback be Josh Allen and zip the ball into windows that aren't there and be careless and be a gunslinger, and next minute you have turnovers. I would rather pick it, choosing B. All right, but let's compare a few more. Because we have one here that is Lamar Jackson. Okay, I gave it away. 13-23, 223, 1 TD, 2 interceptions, 3 sacks. That's A. Those stats are for Lamar Jackson. And they lost 2 on the weekend versus the Browns. Right? Where Kenny Pickett had 14-23, 126, and 1 sack. Okay, so who do you want better? Now, Kenny Pickett's stats doesn't look as sexy. Doesn't look as cool. There is no TDs. There's no little flair to it, like Ric Flair. But there is being consistency and being a good quarterback. Let's also compare Joe Burrow, right? I keep giving it away and I don't even care. Joe Burrow. Who would you rather? 27-40, 347, 2 TDs, 2 interceptions, 4 sacks. Well, he lost 2. He lost to the Texans. But this one, the last one, I won't tell you the name and you guys got to guess it. All right? This looks pretty cool. 29-44, 312, 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, 3 sacks. It's a pretty good game for a quarterback, right? Over 300 yards, 3 TDs. But in that case, who would you choose? Now, most people would choose column A or choose A in the comments, and they would steer clear of B and think, oh, B would have lost the game, right? B's got 14-23, 126. That's Kenny Pickett. But A was, in fact, Sam Howell. How do people choose that bloke? And when you watch the game, he lost. All right? Now, the stats are good. Stats are great. 29-44, 312, 3 TDs, 0 interceptions, 3 sacks. They are great stats. However, they didn't win the game. They lost to the Seahawks, I think 29-27 or something similar. They lost the game. And at the end of the day, all that matters is the team going out there and getting a victory. The stats don't matter. They're going to be there. If you give a guy 100 yards or Najee gets 150 or Kenny Pickett throws for 300 yards or whatever, you have to go and get the W. That's the main stat, is get the W. The Steelers now are 6-3. The Bengals have lost to their conference opponents, AFC, I think 4 out of 5 times. The Bills, I think, have lost a few games too against the conference opponents, being even Denver yesterday or today when I'm filming it. So all these guys, in comparison, 13-23, 2-2-3, 1 TD, right? Got Burrow, Sam Howell for 44. You got Lamar Jackson. And then you have today's guy, which is Josh Allen, 15-26, 177, 1 TD, 2 interceptions, who are all in comparison, lost. Every single quarterback like that of high tier, high specialization, lost. Burrow, Jackson, Howell, well, he's coming up, right? You know what I'm trying to say. Or Allen, they all lost. And the fan bases should be going wild, right? The Bills are 5-5. The Ravens are now 7-3, I believe. We're 6-3, and the Bengals are 5-4. And here we are worried about Kenny's overall, I guess, progression. Each week he should be getting better, and at least he's not turning the ball over. And last week with the versus the Packers, they were running the ball on 200 yards running, 36 times running, and even Kenny Pickett made a key play to run as well. This stuff does fire me up. And I know I'm going on a bit of a rant, but I don't even care because this stuff does fire me up as a Steelers fan. You see all around Twitter, all around social media. And I bet you if I was living in America, I'd probably walk into a local Walmart and you talk about Kenny. Kenny hasn't got it. He just hasn't got it yet. He's still starting to feel it. I just don't know if I believe in Kenny just yet. Would you rather believe in Josh Burrow or Joe Burrow or Josh Allen or whoever they are? I wouldn't. The way that Josh Allen plays, I think he's overrated. Gets to the playoffs, he loses. He's never won a big one. He's played now 7 years, six years in the NFL, and he can't win a Super Bowl just yet. So I'd rather go with Kenny now, being into his second year, still learning how to play and learning how to be in the offense and feed the ball to Warren and Najee and have a good O-line. Then in comparison, you see these kind of stats. Or you see the same stats where you see a good quarterback or a good quarterback stats, 29-44, 312, 3 TDs, and you're thinking that guy won the game. Well, he lost. That's my point I'm trying to make. It doesn't matter about stats. It matters about the win. Stats come with the game. Fantasy football has ruined that a bit. Social media has ruined that a bit. But it comes with the win, right? Next week, it's Steelers versus Browns. I don't care if Kenny Pickett throws 130, 140, and 1 TD or 0 TDs. If he gets a rushing TD, I don't care. As long as he doesn't turn the ball over and we get a W and we hand the ball to Najee and Warren again and we win 23-17, 16-13, that's all I care about. So, in summary, Josh Allen is overrated, 1,000% true. I stand by that. I almost got it right. And get behind your team. Get behind Kenny. It doesn't matter right now if he's not throwing 4 TDs, 5 TDs a game. He's not Big Ben. Okay, it might take some time. It might take the whole year for him to get customized and to this offense. It might take a year, 2 years and a bit. We don't know. But as long as we're seeing a little bit of progress each week and he's not costing games, it's good for the Steelers. I'll see you later.